Andrews, and I hope you all had a great weekend. And if you look at the NBA calendar, today, it's not just another Monday. I mean, it kind of is just another Monday, but it's also not, because we're officially 3 months away from the start of the 2023-24 season. It officially tips off October 24th, and lucky for us, we have a trio of experts here to help break us down the 3 questions heading into next season. But we're going to start with our friend Kendrick Perkins. Hello, Perk. Happy Monday to you, my friend. I'm hoping we can start our conversation here, right? Next year, how do you think all of this is going to shake out in terms of the top 3 contenders, please?
Well, the way that it's going right now, look, it's 3 teams that I got my eye on, the big Perk eye. And I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? You think about it, they brought back that core group in free agency, being able to re-sign Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton. Also, we know what Bobby Portis is going to bring to the table. He didn't have his best season last year. He was dealing with injuries. Chris Middleton finally is going to get his legs up under him. And Drew Holiday is going to come back with a vengeance. For the simple fact, he got to remember what Jimmy Butler did to him last postseason. Also, I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns. I don't give a damn how many people are out there talking about how top-heavy they are, but so what? They have 3 of the most efficient, prolific scorers in the game on one team. Don't give me this nonsense about a point guard, because all of these guys are underrated playmakers. Let's see what happened with the signing of Bo. Can he come in? Can Frank Vogel put him in position to be successful? I'm looking for DeAndre Ayton to come back and show the world who the hell he could be. And at number 1, when this list is not in order, I would not disrespect the defending champs.
Okay.
Although Jokic been turning up, I've been watching him flip off canoes and rafting and drinking beer. But guess what? It's first team all whack body, and he still is a problem when it comes to getting buckets. Jamal Murray had a season under him where he looked great in the postseason. He's finally healthy. I'm gonna be looking at him to raise his caliber play up to superstar standards. And then also Caldwell Pope is back. Aaron Gordon is back. We saw last year what Michael Porter Jr. did in the postseason. So those are my top 3 teams right now that I'm looking at should be the top 3 favorites for us contending and winning the NBA championship.
You know what? I don't even have any issues with that, Perk. I didn't think we were going to get a Bowl mention so high up in the show, but I appreciate that. Yeah. The man with all the answers, Kendrick Perkins. Perk, please do not go too far. He has all the answers. But so much of this time of year, right, the intrigue heading in, it's more about the questions. So for the questions, we bring in our senior writer, Zach Lowe, into the conversation. So I'm curious, Zach, when you look around, you canvass the league right now, when you look at maybe the 3 most intriguing players that you have questions around, who is that?
I like to focus on the 3rd-year guys. It's your last year before you become extension eligible. Your teams are trying to figure out, what should we pay this guy going forward? What kind of player is he going to be? They're gathering information. So I'm going to zero in on 3 critical swing guys going into their 3rd season, starting with Jalen Green in Houston, who I think has been a little bit underrated and overlooked because of how much of a mess the Rockets have been. Houston has a ton of good young players, 6 or 7, Alpi Şengün, Amin Thompson, Cam Whitmore, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason, on and on. They have more young talent than almost anyone in the league. But if this team is really going to hit big in 3, 4, 5 years when those guys are ready to win, it's going to be because Jalen Green is ready to be the number 1 ball handler on a great team. And so this year, I think we're going to learn a little bit more about him. He's got Fred VanVleet to make his life a little bit easier, set him up a little bit. I'm interested in him. In Eastern Conference, the last time we saw the Cleveland Cavaliers, they were getting embarrassed in the first round by the New York Knicks. I am as high on Evan Mobley as anyone in the media. I will take all the Evan Mobley stock that people sold after that series. But for this thing to work, and by this thing I mean Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, 2 small guards, two interior-oriented big men, it's got to be because Evan Mobley broadens his offensive game a little bit, makes enough jump shots, gets even better as a passer and a cutter. We know what he is on defense. I'm really excited to see him play in a big year for the Cavs, frankly, with Donovan Mitchell inching closer to extension eligibility himself.
Right.
And now we're going to go down the draft board to a name that might surprise some people. Trey Murphy III in New Orleans. I think a lot of people around the league who maybe only casually watch the Pelicans, they think, nice 3-and-D guy, good role player, but the executives and the coaches who are watching the Pelicans more closely, they see Trey Murphy and they think, could he maybe become an all-star in the future? And we're going to start to see that question answered this year. And if it's a yes, if he makes a leap like that, it changes everything for the Pelicans. It gives them a little bit more margin for error if something goes wrong with Zion or BI. So those are my three guys.
Well, and bringing in the Pelicans as we welcome in our senior writer, Ramona Shelburne, into this conversation as well. As long as we're talking about the Pelicans, Zach just laid out the most intriguing questions. Last season at this time, we were sitting around talking about the Pelicans as potentially one of the most interesting storylines in the league.